To all the moms listening out there, we know how precious our babies enter this world with the sweetest, tiniest little wrinkled feet and faces. And guess what? Linen, it's the same way. When it's freshly pressed, it looks smooth, but the moment you wear it, the creases and wrinkles show up. With a little care, both smooth out, but the wrinkles always return. Not as flaws, but as proof of a life that you're living that's unfolding. And linen carries an even bigger meaning. It's strong, it's breathable, and it's biodegradable, which I love, and it won't leave a mess for our children to have to clean up. But even more than that, in scripture, linen is a symbol of holiness and being set apart. Today we're going to trace linen's journey from flaxseed in the field to the wrinkled clothes we wear, to the folded cloth and the empty tomb, and uncover what linen can teach us about sustainable living, spiritual legacy, and hope for tomorrow. So grab your tea, mama. Let's jump in. Hi friends, welcome to Start Living Sustainable. I'm your host, Cynthia Harvey Brown. In this podcast, I'm going to help you discover sustainable ways to improve your overall health and well-being in your home. And I'm going to show you how to do this without spending a lot of time or money, all in partnership with God. Yes, if you're ready to show yourself some love, experience a new level of wellness, build faith, and align your values with God's vision for your life, then you're in the right place. Pour out the diet soda, and we should talk about those yoga pants. Let's have some serious fun in today's episode. Welcome to this episode of Start Living Sustainable. You're in for a treat. And to all my health conscious moms, maybe you've tried making swaps or reading labels, but you still wonder, how do I bring this all together in a way that makes sense for me and my family? Doing nothing, let me just tell you, isn't easier. It's actually harder. It keeps you stuck in stress and second guessing. That's why every month I open a few wellness call spots so that we can talk. Think of it as a chance to finally share your wellness goals or concerns in a safe space, to uncover the simple changes you've been quietly hoping to make in your life. And just like linen that you find mentioned throughout the scripture, it wasn't random. It was set apart for a purpose. Your family's well-being doesn't have to be left to chance either. I recommend you grab one of the remaining spots before they're gone. You can do that by clicking the link down below at the end of this episode in the show notes. When I first went off to college to become a fashion designer, I was so excited and passionate about working in the fashion industry. And although wellness was always a big part of my life, I thought I was just creating clothes for myself, my friends, my family, and eventually for clients. I love working with the fabrics. The whole design process was something that I was so inspired by. But then I began to see the other side of fashion. How fast fashion was filling landfills, dyes and microplastics were polluting our waters, and these synthetic fabrics that had become so popular, but knowing they would never break down in our lifetime. These weren't just fashion industry problems. These were problems every industry faced. Problems that my son and your children would have to face and inherit one day. And that's when I shifted towards a sustainable lifestyle. You see, clothes can be timeless. As a designer, I shifted towards sustainable fashion, only wanting to use natural fabrics. I wanted to design, wear, and create pieces using linen and silks. I just figured linen is a durable, breathable, beautiful, and biodegradable fabric, and it doesn't clog the landfills. It doesn't create this mess and this huge problem that some of the synthetic fabrics do. Linen returns to the earth, just like we will one day. I believe that's exactly why linen shows up again and again in the scripture, because it was never just another fabric. It's always had a significant message. First of all, every design has a designer. God is the ultimate designer. He's the creator of the universe. God created it all with a purpose. He gave us fibers like linen for the clothes that we wear, but this same seed nourishes us. And so the symbol of it reminds me of his truth. Sustainable living isn't about chasing trends, nor is sustainable fashion anymore. Today, you can find so many contemporary sustainable fashion brands out there. They are available, including my own. But really and truly, it's about aligning your lifestyle with your values. And linen became the fabric of holiness. Holiness, a symbol of being set apart. Let me just pause here for a quick hot second to have a heart-to-heart with you about this word holiness, because holiness doesn't mean that you have to be flawless, stiff, or unreachable. Holiness simply means set apart, different, unique. Think of it like God whispering to you, Mama, I made you to stand out, not to blend in. When you start to see yourself in that way, set apart for a purpose, it changes the way you view your home, your health, and the legacy that you're creating for your children. Linen is found throughout the scriptures. Priests wore linen in the temple. Revelation describes the righteous clothed in fine linen. So we see now that linen symbolizes strength, holiness, which means being set apart. And here's the beauty of it all. Linen lives that truth out. It's durable. It's a beautiful fabric. It's strong, yet it's completely biodegradable. Unlike polyester that lingers in the landfills for centuries, that never breaks down, linen eventually returns to the earth. Nothing is wasted, and it gets even deeper. Linen fabric itself is breathable. It's temperature regulating, and it's non-toxic. Studies show that when your body stays cool and comfortable, your parasympathetic nervous system, your rest and digest mode, stays active. That means less stress. And who doesn't need to reduce their stress levels? Better sleep, and who doesn't enjoy a good night's sleep? And a calmer mind. Unlike fast fashion, which is left behind in the landfills forever, but linen leaves a legacy. And God didn't stop there. The same plant that gives us linen, it also gives us flax seeds to nourish us from the inside. This is amazing to me. Think of the flaxseed as God's overachiever. Like really, from the same stock that we get linen to clothe ourselves with, the flaxseed also can feed us. Those seeds are so rich in omega-3s that supports your brain, your hormones, your digestion, even your heart. Neuroscience shows us that omega-3s are vital for our mood, memory, and the way our neurons communicate with each other. Think about it. God designed one plant to clothe us on the outside and nourish us on the inside. That's intentional design. But the most powerful picture of linen isn't worn or eaten. It's the one Jesus left behind in the tomb. When he rose from the dead, the burial wrappings were left behind, right? The wadded linen represented, it is finished. The work of salvation was complete. But the folded face cloth carried a whole nother message. In Hebrew culture, when a master folded his napkin neatly, it was a sign, I'm coming back. These are two timeless messages. Rest, because the most important work is already done. And hope, because the best is yet to come. And don't we need that reminder as moms? That our worth doesn't come from doing more, that rest is allowed, and that the small choices that we make every day leave messages of hope for our children's tomorrow. This truth speaks right into our daily lives. As moms, it feels like nothing is ever really finished. The laundry, the meals, the to-do lists. But Jesus' wadded linen tells us your worth, your salvation, your identity, that's already finished. And you don't have to strive for it. And the folded cloth, that's the legacy message, okay? Just like his linen spoke without words, your choices at home speak loudly. The food you buy, the products that you allow into your home, the fabrics you choose, and the clothing that you wear, and the textiles all over your house. These daily decisions, they leave a legacy for your children, a legacy that says, this is what matters. And this is what I'm preparing you for. So linen isn't just a fabric, it's faith. and legacy woven together. So let's wrap this up, understanding that God is the ultimate designer. And linen is durable, it's beautiful, it's pure, it's biodegradable, and it's a natural fabric that sets apart. And flax seeds nourishes it inside and out. Proof of God's provision. And Jesus's linens carry the message of rest and hope. Sustainable living isn't about perfection. It's about choosing differently, aligning with the purpose and values that you have for yourself and your family, and leaving behind less of a burden on the next generation and more hope. If today's episode on linen, faith, and legacy spoke to you, I'd love to walk alongside you in creating a healthier home and a lifestyle that reflects your values. Book your personalized coaching session with me. You can head over to startlivingsustainable.com and let's create a plan that works for you and your family's well-being. So let me ask you, what message are you choosing to leave your child? And is it a legacy that promotes longevity, health, and well-being for them? Listen, if you are already thinking about creating a cleaner, healthier lifestyle, what you're going through makes so much sense. It's not broken, and you don't have to stay stuck where you are, but waiting will only keep you carrying this guilt and the stress that you don't need. Click the link below. Let's get started now and make this happen. Your children later in life will thank you for the decision that you make today. It is possible. Let's create a plan that works for you and your family. So let me ask you, what message are you choosing to leave your child? And is it a legacy you want him or her to inherit? Thank you for joining me here today at Start Living Sustainable. Please take a moment and head over to Apple Podcasts and leave me a review. That really lights me up. If you were encouraged or blessed in any way, show your love and share the episode link with someone that you know that may benefit. Thank you so much, and until next time, God bless you, sis.